Good morning. Welcome to the Spring Equinox and welcome to the site of a Roman villa. Walking through a caravan park here in Weymouth, and this very area here, just there and a bit further, is the site of what was once a Roman villa. I understand there's still some archaeology beneath the ground here to show that the Romans indeed had a nice little home here in a bowl in the landscape to the east of Weymouth. Up on the hill that way, where we're going now, is a Roman temple. Not much survives of it, but the foundation, the footing stones are around there. There's a square, a nice entrance stone, and the archaeology shows that there was indeed Iron Age, pre-Roman, native British ritual usage of that site going on too. So there was a Roman villa in this site for a few hundred years. Obviously people living, working, servicing, coming to, staying. The Roman villa. Where did they get buried? Up on the hillside, because near that Roman temple was a small cemetery as well. Now, one of my pet theories about the Roman temple, it has an entrance, well, this isn't the theory bit, it has an entrance in the centre facing east. And since last winter solstice, I've seen the sun rising way off in the southeast, and the sun has been migrating steadily eastwards as the sun does move up and down the eastern horizon for sunrise throughout the year. And I reckon that the sun rises through the centre of the entrance of the temple and would have shone into the back wall area. Now, I was up there last night and the sun set clearly through the back western wall, as it were, through the centre of the eastern entrance stone. So obviously we need to see now what's going to happen that way. So this is the Spring Equinox morning. Blue clouds edged over during the night. I knew there was a risk this might happen, but I want to see if the sun rises there, and well, gonna go and find out. So there we have it. The sun does indeed rise along the central axis of this Roman temple, formerly, before the Romans, some kind of ritual ceremonial site. The sun rose in the east, bisecting the entrance stone, or one of the entrance stones, which you can still see there, and along the central axis of the rear wall. As witnessed last night, standing at the entrance step looking due west, the sun sets there behind the camera, right where that is now. It works. it's fair, it's observable. So when we're thinking about Jordan Hill, we need to think about its context, why this is here, not anywhere else. So let's consider the topography. We have a low-lying hill. You can appreciate that, particularly if you're going out across to Weymouth Bay and looking out from some of the piers back in this direction. Also, when you're coming up over the ridgeway, you come down the footpath and look down, and you can see this very prominent but low hill in the centre of this big bowl, with all the pre-Roman archaeology which sits along the ridgeway, Neolithic, Bronze Age, Iron Age, Chowbury Hill Fort over there. So you have this really prominent area in the centre of a big bowl on the landscape, like a natural amphitheatre, if you like. And imagine coming over the ridgeway, and you'd have, when the temple was still here, and you would have seen the structure on the very, very top of this low hill, really framed in the landscape. So that got me thinking, well, what's going on with the sunrises and sunsets here? Particularly the sunrise, because I knew it was east facing. So as the months have progressed from the winter solstice, I've been keeping an eye on the sun migrating up the eastern horizon from the southeast to the east, and indeed the sun does rise facing the east entrance. Not that there's another entrance to the temple, but to the entrance of a temple which faces east. But also, while we are here, let's think about the Roman cemetery, which would have been just here behind me, the other side of those shrubs and trees. Here, like, where's the big settlement? There isn't a big settlement here. Your nearest settlement would have been down there at Preston Roman Villa, a small one in the Radipole area, and the big one at Durnaveria, Dorchester. So I think this must have been a pre-existing ritual site being served and appreciated in a syncretistic way by the small community down at the Roman Villa, and maybe others could have maybe made a pilgrimage of sorts to come here to perhaps leave some offering, and maybe even particularly at this time of year, with the sun rising just on the eastern horizon, pointing directly over the steppe, lighting up the interior of the Roman temple. When you come here to visit Jordan Hill Roman Temple, don't just think, oh, there's a bit of a wall left there. Yes, that's what we see, but in your mind, in your head, see also the people that would have been worshipping here for, in the Roman period, 300-400 years, who would have been living just down in Preston Roman Villa underneath where one of the caravan parks now is. The people that maybe would have been travelling into the area to come here. See in your head the position of this site in the landscape, its topographical position, yeah, on top of this low mound in the centre, visible from a long way away. See also the equinoctial alignment. Now, there's an awful lot more going on here at Jordan Hill Roman Temple than just this. It's a really, really interesting site, and I would go so far as to say this was actually an important ritual place, a place probably of pilgrimage. But just consider the location. Why have this here out in the middle of nowhere if it wasn't important to have it here?